What's going on, people? It's your boy Kash, Kream Developments, and welcome to another episode of Kream Access as we take you behind the scene with this Lamborghini Huracan. It belongs to a very, very dear friend of ours, Annie. You may have recognised her from Supercar Superfam Season 1, the owner of the Rose Gold GTR. Well, her husband has bought her this car and is gifting it to her. And has brought the car down, delivered it to us, and it's being filmed for Supercar Superfam Season 2. So this car's coming to have a full carbon undersill kit fitted. We're going to design, develop and build that from scratch. This will be the very first car globally to have it, and of course it will be a product that will be available on the market for all Huracan owners out there. It's being wrapped in rose gold, again to follow the theme of Annie's rose gold signature that she's known for, especially down her neck of the woods. But we're doing something really special with the car, especially with the back end, where we have got the back end of the car wrapped in matte black or gloss black, we haven't decided quite yet, which will go into a silhouette of a face, and the hair of a beautiful lady's face will be flowing down the side of the door. Now that entire black section of the wrap will be covered in Swarovski crystals. That's going to be a very challenging and exciting job for us. We haven't done it before, it'll be the first one, but nonetheless, just like everything else that we do, we're going to smash it out the park. So don't forget to like, subscribe and share, and on to the next one.
Off with the door card so we can access the bolts, the mirrors and the door handles. Probably have to take the window out as well.
Right, okay, my task today is to get rid of all the residue left behind from the PPF. And then I'm going to be detailing the car and getting it ready for the wrap to go on.
Okay, day one, man like tail on the job.
Man like tail.
We're ready to wrap this car. We've done a couple of pieces on it already. And we're going to hit all the rose gold now, that's the plan. Paul and Chris have done a great job of scripting the car. Justin has detailed it and got the car ready for us. So we're going to crack on and get the rose gold laid on today. We're going to bring it up to this section here and literally stop around here, because the back of the car will be obviously going in black, as you know, with the silhouette of the face. So it'll join around here and the hair will flow down the side of the door. So yeah, quite interesting stuff going on, exciting as well. Looking forward to it, so let's get cracking. Let's lay the first piece, yeah? Dave? You alright?
Yeah, I'm just sticking this together roughly, just so you can see the shape, see where it is.
This looks really good. It's almost there, isn't it?
Yeah, that fits under the car, obviously.
Can we got see on the front and back of this, because right now it looks very blocky, like very woody.
It is, but you've got to sharpen it up.
Yeah. So on the front and back, put contour on it.
Yeah.
So it's got like a little turn,
Yeah.
and it gets thinner along the top.
Yeah, we can turn on the bottom as well.
Yeah, and we do that with all of our running boards, don't we? So if we can taper that, so that's got a slight turn on it, just gives it a little bit more character, you know?
Yeah, you can come up or you can go down.
Have a look at that.
So that's, it's roughly where you've got it on there.
So this is the render image of what we're going for. So that is the actual rendered design of the Lamborghini Huracan, and this is a full Photoshop design of the kit that we are trying to produce. And this is our render design. So as you can see, we've taken inspiration from the Lamborghini Centenario with the fins on the front, on the side running board, and on the rear. That idea I've taken from the Centenario, because the thing with Lamborghini Huracans, it's been around a long time, isn't it, Dave? Very long time. And there's so many different body kit manufacturers that are making really nice kits for it. So it's really hard for us to compete joining the market now at this time, you know. So I've always loved the Centenario design since I saw it, and we never really implemented it into anything that we've done. So
Just make something.
it works really well because it's in the same family, you know, Lamborghini. So I think once you've done it, they will look really cool.
Yeah, you can change the front of that a little bit, bring it out a little bit further.
Yeah, and you know the back, see the back fin, you see how, so it's like, it kind of goes like that, and it goes a bit higher, then it comes down. Can you add a bit on it so it does that?
Yeah, how far do you want it? To the end or to the shuttle? Sure. You've got a bit on the front, haven't you?
Yeah, so the front and back, both of them need to be similar to that. Like that. So that will go on the front splitter, and that will go on the back. And on the back one, maybe we've got, I don't know, maybe like that. Yeah, to drop a recess in it so we can get a Kream logo in there.
Okay, let's tilt it over at the top.
Yeah, so that would be right to the middle, give it a little tilt. That looks right.
Yeah.
Cheers, Dave.
You have to tilt the bottom as well, if that's give us a room.
Yeah, the base of it, yeah.
Okay.
Thanks, Dave.
Give you a shout when you go.
Cheers. Okay, so I'm just mocking up the new spoiler design for the Lambo Huracan. This here, all these measurements here have been taken from the actual tailgate, so we know that section there will fit firmly. It's actually a little panel that sits behind the engine lid. These have all been measured to sit perfectly with the new spoiler blade that we're making. Dave's doing that upstairs as we speak, and we've rested it on the car. But we're going to go ahead and get this now cut out of MDF wood and try the car, test fit it basically, see how it goes. But this is the overall design. This is where we're kind of going with it. Okay, so there it is, the final completed design. It's obviously a rough sketch, but the measurements are there for the engineer shop to obviously input all the data. I'll be putting all the measurements in here for him as well, and they can put that data into the computer and drop the full CAD image for me to have a look at. So once I get that, I can show you guys, and then obviously take it into machining and getting the final product made. Yeah, look forward to that. Happy. so here we are with the final article. Pretty much, this is where we are at with the rear spoiler. It's a design like no other. We've checked and searched the internet to look at different ideas and different designs out there. So we obviously made our spoiler different. But with the Huracan being around for some time, there's a lot of rear spoilers out there. But I'm really happy with how this one's turned out. It's taken several pieces of MDF to construct this, right?
That's right, yeah. You've got to stick it all together first and cut it out and...
Yeah, hell of a lot of work, blocking, shaping, fiberglass work to get it to the sort of, the desired finish. But we're there, and we've checked it on the car, and really happy with it. It's a bit wider than most that are out there as well, which is what we like. We like big spoilers, and we've kind of taken inspiration from the SV and that sort of thing. So yeah, I'm really happy with how that's turned out. As I said, checked it on the car. We've got our new stands that we've made as well. So yeah, really pleased with it. You happy?
Yeah, we're just putting these final shapes in.
Yeah. So today Dave's going to be cutting and blocking the polyester that's on the spoiler, just to finalise the shape, get it perfect, make sure there's no wobbles or anything on it, and just give it overall check before it goes downstairs to paint, where it's going to be primed and polished for moulding.
I'm glad you've come up. I wanted to show you this.
How's it looking?
Oh, they're looking quite good. It's what you drew on the sheet.
It looks very much like the picture. Let's have a look. Is that this is the left side, right?
Yeah, that's right. So the tilting.
Yeah, so it sits straight. That looks really, really good there. Really like that. And that's the front one? Yeah, that's it. Right, just before the turn, yeah. Now, believe it or not, these are still wood. Yeah, so these are still wood. And they've basically been finished in filler and primer.
Yeah, you've got a little recess there for you.
A recess here for our logo, our emblem that goes there, and this will then go to our factory to be moulded to come back in real carbon. So that's really cool. And these are our carbon running boards for the Huracan. They've been moulded, and these have come back in raw form, which basically means they need prepping and lacquering to go on the car. They're not ready to go on the car just yet. They've come straight out of the mould, and we just basically drilled all the mounting holes in them, offered them on the car, and greased it. Pretty nice, isn't it? Yeah. But these are perfect. They just need to be prepped and lacquered, and then once these come back from the factory and moulded, then we can just slip them on there like so. And there's also
Ones to go on the front.
the ones without the recess for the logo. And
A little bit shorter.
and a bit shorter as well. These will go on the front splitter. And I'll show you that as well when they come back from the factory as well. Well, the front splitter.
They're going to turn.
Yeah, that looks really good. I'm happy with that. Just get them finished off, Just get them moulded. Now we know they fit perfectly, they sit perfectly on the running boards. I think before we do that, just bolt them all out on the running board one last time, just off it on the car and make sure it's all good.
Yeah.
Cool. Thanks, Dave. Cheers.
Yeah, no problem.
Well, we've finalised the rear spoiler for the Huracan. Gone round it, checked all the edges, the lines, everything, so it's perfectly symmetrical. It's been blocked on numerous occasions, time and time again, so it's perfectly, we can't say flat, but perfectly smooth and no wobbles. And now it's ready for the final polish. And then we're going to mould it in carbon fibre.
This is the other front piece.
Okay.
Right,
So this looks really
we've done
good.
that. Tidied all those up. These are the pieces, that's the way to do them actually.
That's it, that's all. Hold it there.
Just follow around the corner.
Yeah, that looks really, really good. Really, really good there. I'm happy with that. So has that been finalised now? It's pretty much done with
Yep,
it?
yep, we had it on the done.
They can all go away for moulding now?
Yep, I'll take them tonight on the way home. But tidy this up a little bit more. We'll do that today.
Yeah, so this is our front splitter for the Lamborghini Huracan. Oh, weighs a ton there, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's been made completely out of wood, believe it or not, along with everything else. And it's been test fitted, the bumper. It's been prepped and it's been put in primer so it can be moulded. This is the final shape and the final design. And as you can see, it's got this slight lip on the side for these to bolt on, which makes it look pretty much exactly as we want to, and exactly as it is in the render. I'm actually quite excited to see this Sunday. It's pretty good. So once that's molded and the new one's made, it'll come back and it'll be just like that in carbon, along with all these pieces. Yeah, nice one, Dave. Again, just double check it for one last time on the car and make sure.
Are we doing this two pieces or one piece?
No, I just think two pieces. Make the whole thing like carbon top and bottom. Cool. Cheers, Dave.
All right.
So as you can see, the artwork's gone down really, really nice. I'm actually overly pleased with this, and it looks amazing. It's really good. We smashed that out yesterday. We've still got the other side to do, but I'm just laying down the crystal just to sort of to see how it goes. And as you can see, it's going down really nice, one by one. It's going to be a very painstakingly long and tedious job, but hopefully the results will be worth it. That's the idea. But yes, it's going down really well. Actually quite excited to see the end result. Alright, so we are swiftly moving ahead, making really good progress. The rear panel for the back of the Huracan has now been complete in carbon fibre. If you have a look at that, you can see it's come out absolutely beautiful. It retains the rear brake light, and of course that's in raw form at the moment. It still needs to be prepped and lacquered, but this has been reinforced and strengthened to be able to take the weight of the rear spoiler that we've created for it, which has come out amazing. I'm really, really happy with that. That leaves the rear, boltless design spoiler stands. Once again, just like we did for the Nissan GTR. Again, no bolts on display. Another one of our unique features. This will be bolted up from underneath and at the top. But we've just had different variations come back from the engineers for me to try out. But I'm really happy with this one and how this one sits. Incorporating our K in the crown logo again, just like before. And it will sit literally at the back of the car, just like so. So really happy with that, how that turned out. So yeah, I'm really happy with that. I'm just going to finalise and proof it with the engineer shop. Hopefully at some point next week we shall have these back to us in billet CNC machined aluminium. Okay, so we have a load of carbon come back from the factory. So very excited about this now. We finally start putting the body kit together for the Huracan. If you come closer, you have a look. This is the brand new air spoiler. The carbon has laid in there beautifully. This is British made carbon. Everything we do is hand laid and handmade here in the UK. And once the parts come back to us from the factory, as you can see, they're all in raw form. If you come close, I'll show you. These here are the fins that I showed you earlier. These sit on the carbon running boards. You have two on the running boards, and you have one on either side of the front carbon splitter as well. This one is for the front splitter. And as you can see, if you come closely, it's in raw form. It's come straight out the mould. You could call it like a rough cut diamond. And the idea is that we will perfect this and make this absolutely flawless and beautiful. This is one of the advantages of all of our products that we make. Nothing is mass produced. Everything we make is handmade. And the advantage of having everything made in-house is that we get to finish it to perfection. Okay? It's raw, it's come straight out of the mould. Nothing is mass produced, so we don't have things just getting made and being shipped out all over the world. Everything that we ship out all over the world or made for UK cars comes through here first. We go over it, we'll fine-tune them, make them perfect, check for any imperfections whatsoever, correct them and make them nice, and that is why our carbon is flawless. So really happy to see these back now. You can see these are the ones that sit on the running board. So one side, a little one for the front, and that one for the rear. You can see the recess is where our Kream Developments logo goes, of course. So yeah, really happy with that. Spoiler looks fantastic, and yeah, can't wait to get on the car. Sweet as. So yeah, we are up against a very tight deadline, probably one of the tightest we've ever had actually, to be fair. 2 days to put roughly 100,000 crystals on, fit the kit, reassemble the bumpers and side skirts and box all the doors off, windows back in, they will be removed. So a hell of a lot of work in 2 days, but I'm confident. My staff are all on it. And that's basically all that matters. I've got my boys behind me 100%, and we're all going to chip in and do our best to get it done, so fingers crossed.
Right, we're going to flat and polish all the carbon parts, and then start boxing the car up.
Okay, so this is the front carbon splitter, finally back from the factory, all prepped, lacquered, finished all by hand, of course, and ready to go in the car. All the pilot holes have all been drilled, and we are now going to rest the front bumper on the splitter for the first time, bow it up, and then get it on the car and assemble it. One handle in, one to go.
Yeah!
You say f***ing?
This is the
chair.
Sarah, you jacked his chair.
I'm so sorry.
That's so out of order. Are you alright?
Yeah.
Right guys, today is Tuesday and we are all hands on deck. We've got my family here, my sister, my wife and even my little baby Aya to come and help with the job. But basically, tomorrow is the final day that we're going to be filming the BBC for Supercars from the Fam. This car needs to get finished. And we've got a lot of work to do, to be honest. I'm really happy with how it's turned out so far. All the carbon fibre for the body kit has come out bang on. I'm really happy with that. You can see behind me, the front carbon splitter has been fitted to the front carbon now. And we've just got to fit the corner fins on it still. We have the rear spoiler here, and you can see the brown spanking new rear spoiler design, our very own. And that is the rear panel of the Lamborghini as well, which has been made. This still needs to be prepped and lacquered, of course, as you can see. It's completely raw. So this is quite exciting because this is a brand new rear spoiler stands for the Lamborghini Huracan specifically. Complete boltless design, so no bolts on display, absolutely anywhere, and it looks absolutely fantastic. Literally, really like so. These are not quite ready though, but they need to go to the polishers to be completely buffed up so they have that beautiful polished aluminium look to them. Come over to the car, I'll show you how everyone's getting on. This is the lovely Amy, who's been doing a fantastic job so far, covering the back of the car in crystals. We literally have today to finish this, so that needs to be completely filled up. That's my job on that end, because I'm doing all the hair and all the intricate side of things. Lovely wife. And my daughter, Aya. Aya? Say hi. And of course the lovely sister, who's on tap to help out as well. Their job today is to get the bumper done. And this is the lean on this side, whose task is to complete this side of the car. And Chris is being clumsy, falling off chairs that don't exist, as you saw earlier, but no real need. Assembling the car back up, that's his task. Put the windows in, all of the door panels, door handles and that sort of stuff, side skirts have gone on. Today I think the bumper's got to come off right, we're going to finish that, we'll put that back on, and then at some stage we're going to be fitting the rear bumper, the rear spoiler and the rear diffuser, which I'm excited to see as well. Paul's upstairs, working away, getting that ready.
My arm is delayed.
I didn't see how it was.
So, Paul's task will be today to finish the carbon rear panel and the rear diffuser. Paul's been prepping the rear diffuser upstairs, and we'll be coming down shortly to be putting primer. And once that's done, we'll get it into paint, but it has to go into paint today, hands down, without any ifs or buts, because basically, in the morning, that diffuser is going on the car, once and for all. If we've got time, we just have no time to go on the car tomorrow. And once that's done, that will conclude the deadline that we have. And on Sunday, we'll do the live reveal for the same month.
some Swarovski crystals here, mate. We caught them in Tasmania, and we're just sticking them to the car here. That's pretty much it. I've not got much else to report, other than it's gonna look great.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm pretty excited about this. This is our brand new carbon rear diffuser. It's one of a kind design, nothing like it on the market. It's our very own exclusive design, manufactured in-house along with everything else that we've done for the car. And this is the very first prototype that will be going on that car. Everything's ready, the spoiler's upside down, it's all been test fitted, assembled, ready to go. So when the rear panel is bolted to the car tomorrow, that will be with the rear spoiler, so we really don't have a lot left to do. As soon as the crystals arrive, we run short, run out of stock. As soon as the crystals arrive, hopefully by perhaps tomorrow, even Friday, we will get the car completely finished and give the whole car a once over, give the Hexus chrome wrap a polish, and yeah, get it ready for Sunday's big do. Really looking forward to it. It's been a long journey, another labour of love, but it's what we do, it's what we're about. A lot of late nights got into this one, but it's been well worth it because it's actually part of the TV show, so it's a very big deal for us, you know. And if you want to know the story behind the car, you have to catch it on Supercar Superfan Season 2.
ready or not.